Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to All Praise Picks. Today we're looking at the MLB. We got the Chicago Cubs playing against the San Francisco Giants in San Francisco on June 25th, 2024. Currently, the Cubs are 37 and 42, which is fifth place in the NL Central, and the Giants are also 37 and 42, which is fourth place in the NL West. And they just started their series in San Francisco, and the Giants ended up winning their first game 5-4 after being down 4-0 in the fifth inning yesterday and putting up 3 runs in the ninth inning to seal the deal. Um, so I do think that this is a game that can go either way. As the records show, both these teams are near 500 and both are fighting for an NL wildcard spot for the playoffs. So I think this game can go either way, and I'm leaning a little bit more towards the Giants in this one because of the starting pitcher matchups. So I got 3 parlays for you guys in BetMGM. As always, I'll break down the lines, give you my thoughts, and hopefully if you tap in, you can all win. So this is the first parlay that I have at plus 120. It's a 3-leg parlay. I have the Giants covering 1.5 run line spread in the first 5 innings and for the full game, essentially for them not to lose the first 5 innings in the full game by more than 2 runs. They were down 4-0 in the middle of the fifth inning, but they ended up putting up 1 run yesterday, and I think their bats will be more active in this game, and they should be able to put up runs earlier on in this one. The Cubs are also starting Kyle Hendricks, who is 1-4 in his starts and has a 7.46 ERA and a 4.77 expected ERA, and his WHIP is at 1.58. So, just telling by his numbers, his ERA is extremely high, and even his expected ERA is still above average. In comparison, the Giants are starting a rookie, Randy Rodriguez, whose ERA is 4.82, and his expected ERA is 3.15, and his WHIP is much lower at 1.25, much more closer to average. So I think with their starting pitcher matchup, the Giants do have an advantage, even though Rodriguez is a rookie. He is 2-1 in his starts, and on the other hand, like I mentioned, Kyle Hendricks is 1-4. So I think that Rodriguez should have a better overall matchup in this game, especially in the first 5 innings, which is why I took the Giants at plus 1.5 runs in the first 5 innings. And I think that they'll be able to put up runs in this game. So I took the total number of runs at 5.5 over for the game, and I think that a majority of the runs will come from the Giants, but I could see that this game is a lower scoring game, say 4-3, or even a 3-3 game that goes into the ninth inning or the potential for extra innings as well. So I do lean towards the Giants in terms of who I think would score more in this game, and I can show you that in my next parlay. But at plus 120, if you bet 1 unit, you have a 120% return on your investment, which is more than double, and that's great. But I would just advise you guys to have financial consciousness and an overall understanding of your bankroll when deciding to make these bets if you decide to bet this parlay with me. And this is the next parlay I have at plus 150. I actually took the Cubs in the first 5 innings at plus 2.5, and the Giants run line spread for the full game at plus 1.5. As I mentioned before, I think that this game could be close in the first 5 innings, but I do lean more towards the Giants. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the Giants will go up, say, like 5-0 after the first inning, for example. I think that the Giants overall, like this season, have been a slower scoring team, and that's shown by what happened in their last game, where they didn't put up a run until the end of the fifth inning, but they can end up accumulating runs later on in the game due to the opposing team's bullpen not really playing well. And the Cubs are another team that they don't really have great pitching, and especially if they're starting Hendricks for this game, their bullpen probably is very taxed, and they may need Hendricks to play a lot of innings, which could lead to the Giants scoring a decent number of runs in this game. But as long as they don't score more than 3 more than the Cubs in the first 5 innings, the first line of this parlay could hit. And I think that the total number of runs in this game will go over 4. So that's why I took that for this parlay at plus 150. If you bet 1 unit, you can have 150% return on your investment, which is more than the prior parlay, and the same overall rules go for betting, just to understand how much you're putting in and have financial consciousness when deciding whether or not to make a bet. And this is the last parlay that I have at plus 210. I do have Patrick Bailey for the Giants to have over one hit in this game. He is one of the better batters for the Giants, and on the season he has a 0.297 batting average, and then his OPS is 0.811. But against right-handed pitching, he has a similar batting average, just under 3, but his OPS is at 0.838, so it does increase significantly, and his strikeout percentage is only at 17%. Looking into his home run and RBI numbers, so he has 6 home runs on the season and 24 RBIs, but all of his home runs and all but one of his RBIs came against right-handed pitching. So he does favor those right-handed pitchers when it comes to putting up home runs and putting up RBIs, and I think this is just another matchup for him against a right-handed pitcher that he could take advantage of. I also have the Giants to go over 4.5 runs in this game. So the Giants on the season have been top 10 in hits per game at home, and they've also been bottom 5, which technically is like top 5 in the lowest K percentage at home. So essentially they have the 5th lowest number of strikeouts at home, and also are in the top 10 in number of hits per game at home. So playing at home for them is a much better matchup than on the road. And because they just played the Cubs 2 series ago in Chicago, I do think they have familiarity with the overall Cubs lineup, and should be able to have a better day from the plate, especially being back at home. So at plus 210, if you bet 1 unit on this parlay, you'll have a 210% return on your investment, which I guess including the amount that you put into this parlay would essentially triple your money. And that is obviously great as long as the parlay hits, but I would just advise you guys to have financial consciousness and overall just bankroll management when deciding whether or not you'd want to place this bet with me. But appreciate you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more MLB and WNBA videos coming out later this week. And until next time, peace out.